Well, howdy, folks. Screw that noise. What's going on, fellow zombies? Are we alive yet? Are we dead yet? Are we emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived like I am sometimes? This is the Diary of the Griever named John Weaver, which is me. Doing a shout out to one and all, including those who have asked about how I was doing in one form or another. 3:30 in the afternoon. It's still the 31st of January 2024. So, to those special people I was supposed to be meeting online this morning, I'm all right. And thank you. Using the terminology that usually flags people like crazy. It's not just that, it's also the actions and connotations sent out. People were worried, and they had a right to be so, and they had a right to do what they had to do. I was visited by a health and welfare check. These guys had the cams on. We talked. Mostly I did. But I had to tell them what was going on. I had to tell them that I still was not in a good emotional place. And yes, I know I had an appointment with a therapist that should have helped me out regarding the situation being so well, but I wasn't in that place to do so. But when they also noticed that I was feeling to the point where maybe it could have been the final pathway, as I was sitting down, getting to my lunch of ramen noodles, cheese bread recipe from Sizzlers, I heard the knock. I hadn't heard such a knock like that in a hell of a long while, especially when it came from me. I would always imagine that the knock would come and they would try to find something and try to take me away, but these guys wanted to find out what was going on, put it into the report, and send it over. That was their job. If there was any danger, but I'm not quite sure they were mental health specialists, but just our local constabulatories. But they were still doing a health and welfare check anyway. I still invited them to come in, and they refused. They probably would have had something more to add to the report and also to the visualization. But I guess not. A little girl told me that they were at the door, decided to knock, and she was barking her head off. So she ran off in the bedroom just to hide and shiver. She was all right. I just had to give her some loving. And yes, there had been times I expected these guys to come to the door so I could talk. I even asked them questions about it, and I saw it in their eyes. They didn't have the moleskin off. There's something about grieving and mourning that I get attracted to in the first place. That I'll probably see maybe the glint in the eye just for a quick second, and then I'll know. These guys had it together because that's their job. They have to have it together. But I saw the shift. I saw the shift. Slight shift in them, and I'm thinking, you're holding it together because that's how you do it. But I even posed another question to him. It's not the brethren in shirts, it's the family. And I used a trigger word. Family is one of those major trigger words that I keep coming across too many damn times in many forms of it. So yes, I will get triggered eventually. I will cry my eyeballs out, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be looking for some implementation of destruction to do something on myself. Even though I may have the thought flowing around every once in a great while, but I know if the pain is getting to an intense level, I always have to find a bed and just try to relax and just lay it down and just, if I'm lucky, I'll have some peaceful dreams and just think I'm somewhere else. And then somewhere in the dream, there was a doorbell ringing. And wouldn't you know it, about 30 to 45 minutes later, it may have been prophetic, but the doorbell rang. but always I heard the heavy knock on it. It scares me if I get to that point. They're going to try to figure out whether or not if my mental health is there or not. It takes a professional to know. And from everything I told my therapist, some things I've held back. Don't remember what, but I know I held a few things back. But this particular week, she wanted to find out how I was handling it, and I should have talked to her about it because today is dealing with the opening of February here. I mean, I dealt with an aunt's passing a long time ago and affected me a great deal on that one. In fact, dealing with Ma's last day on Earth. So yeah, I had to do the video to talk about this thing. I know it gets worse and worse every year, but either I try to have some kind of activity or I cry the damn thing through. Take time off just to pass through it. And yeah, there could have been episodes or opportunities. But I'm not there yet. I could have been freaking and shouting and screaming my heads off at this point. I could have been terrifying people left and right about it. I didn't. I didn't want that kind of reaction. But I somehow knew eventually I'm going to get a health and welfare check just to see how the hell I'm doing. I didn't have my ID on me. I guess next time I'll wear the damn thing all the time, just in case. I mean, I can make a little bit of a joke about it, but it's still serious. And dealing with mental health is serious, guys. Don't get me wrong. I can try making a bad joke about some of these things, but it is serious. How many people did we know in our lifetimes that we've come across, either on the news or personally in our lives when they keep crossing our paths, that decided they can't handle it? And there's nothing for them to do except. And saying about it is a trigger out there, guys. I know it is. Having experience right now, it's not exactly the exhilarating thing like, oh, wow, look at me. No, because it's a reality check. It's like throwing cold water on you, especially when you're expecting a warm shower and you get cold water coming out of the shower head. How do you think you're going to feel? But still, humor, putting the humor aside, this is serious. I mean, it is a 911, and I am thinking, if you put in a false police report, they're going to nail your ass on this one. But a health and welfare check on myself, doing a 911 call, saying I'm feeling really bad about this. I know, I'm ashamed, and it may be a good thing for me to talk to, uh, for an emergency purposes, someone else to try to keep my head in the game. And at that point, they're probably saying, okay, we need to get somebody over there for you, either to talk to you in person or probably to take you to a location, maybe for a 72-hour hold, just to see if you're going to be alive or not. And yeah, it does scare the hell out of me at that point. But they're doing it to keep me alive. Now, keep this in mind. This is, yeah, terrifying news for some of us who haven't been in places like that because I'm still worried about my dog. Okay? I'm still worried about my dog. She's still alive. She's in the bedroom, hiding. And she's still dealing with her dementia. And I'm worried about that. There's a lot of things I get stressed out about. But here's the thing. I do these things to talk about it, to get it off my chest. I mean, yeah, I do a hell of a lot of audio logs at this point and talk about it on a constant basis. But sometimes I think I need to do this on camera more just to get it out. Because then people can understand. There's no shame in getting help. There's no shame in asking for it. What's stupid, and on my part, is I didn't talk to the therapist about needing a day off on this one. This could have been handled differently. It should have been handled differently. Come on. I should have handled this one a hell of a lot better. Not manning up or bucking up, but just saying, look, she's there to help. Why not take the chance? Had the appointment. No, like a schmuck, I had to send something over to her. And also to my doctor. My fear level regarding doctors is still screwing me up one way or another. That's why I haven't seen the PCP. That's why I'm afraid of what the hell's going on. Why haven't they found me too damn healthy that I'm all right? I know I'm not too damn healthy, not exactly in the head, but also in the body. I can't work as usually. I can't work. Mentally, I'm not there, even though it sounds like I am. But the coming across that particular threshold to attract attention like that, yeah, that's got me worried. That's got me scared. It should. That makes me need to reach out more and more. Can I handle it? Can I handle the months coming up? And God's honest truth, I don't know. But I know the safety nets are out there. They're out there. It's important. Look at a cloudy day outside the windows. Ah, hang on. Mamas, come here. Come here. Come here, old girl. It's all right. Come on. Johnny needs to put you on camera again. Come on. Come on. Oh, come here. The old broad. This is the mamas. This is my little girl. She's about 20 years old. She's dealing with the dementia. She smells my food and she wants it. She can't have it. She smells my garlic cheese toast. She's not having it. You can't have it. You still got chicken down on the floor. I just wanted to show you who my charge is. I know. I'll put you down on the floor. You okay? Yeah, I know. Come on. All right. There you go. That's my charge. So I'm dealing with it on a day-by-day basis until she's passed. Or if she's still going to continue on being the way she is all the way through the fall. And I still have to deal with her on a day-to-day basis just to see what happens. I'm not going to tell you I'm fine. And tell you, don't ever do this to me again. No, I'm not going to do that. If somebody out there in the healthcare profession is going to be feeling that much concern do another health and welfare check, hell, the door's always open. All they got to do is just open the damn thing. I'll answer. I just may have to take some time to get my ID on just in case. But they had to verify it. But sometimes I expect it. Hell, I don't even get any response times from some of the other people I talk to. And at times I feel it. I feel like the social pariah. You know, a guy still dealing with his pain, grief, and everything else. I know there's pills out there, there's medications, there's being a lab rat for that crap. I don't want it. I'm going through it. I'm going through the emotions. I'm barrel-assing through these damn things, no matter how much collateral damage I may be showing on the outside or inside, but I'm still going through this damn shit because this damn shit's going through the damn hurricane. Screw it. I'll get my asses torn apart left and right over it. I don't want to deal with the damn medications. I don't mind the therapy. And even though I did screw up on the appointment today. But it's not just screwing up on the appointment today. It was the video message that I sent out to her to let her know what was going on. I didn't want her to worry about it. I didn't want my PCP to worry about it either. I know they're concerned about it. I'm not gonna tell them, just leave me alone. I'm gonna say thank you. You want to try it again? I know that's kind of stupid on my part at this point, but I have to reassure them. I'm alive. I'm surviving. And February is going to be a hell of a time for me to get through. And okay, she's just checking the floor out. That's all. February is going to be a pain in the ass month, and I've already told my therapist about this one. I've also told my doctor. Well, I haven't told my doctor about it, but if he's got clips, if he's getting the message right now, yeah. When I actually was living in LA County and I actually had other insurance, I had talked to a behavioral therapist. And it took me a few years just to get to a point where I was actually relaxed enough to tell her a few things. 30 minutes just isn't given enough time. I mean, you're dealing with county, you're dealing with hundreds of people that they would see like crazy, or thousands or something. But in a day, it's like 100 people coming through the office, roughly. And then a primary care physician to get bounced from one guy to another guy. Welcome to the county system. But even in the records I was putting in, at least they were taking notes about how and why I was going through the emotions during those times. After Ma passed away, and Dave and I were still living in Lancaster, Ellen 10th and the Montecito Apartments, I was still seeing a therapist. I was trying to tell him what the hell was going on. I had issues I had to work out. And the issues was dealing with the loss of people in my life. I don't qualify because Kern doesn't do LA County and they don't do it over here, but Kaiser does by insurance. But I had to talk to the doctors when I was going through the stuff. That, this was hard. And yeah, I needed the help back then. Dealing with the loss of a loved one, I never thought I'd lose Ma. But I should have been thinking about that a long time ago, and I didn't. Dave never, well, actually, he seen therapists dealing with his own PTSD, his own stuff he went into the military, and even beyond that. 12 step calls can only help you out so much. You still need to see the medical establishment. I still didn't trust being turned into a lab rat. Here's a medication. Try this one. Try this one. No, frick. No. We need to drill blood in you. No, you don't. And I know that upsets my doctor a great deal because he would probably want to see what the hell's going on inside my system. I keep asking myself sometimes, how many times has he dealt with other patients who've got a fear of doctors? They see the white lab coat, that's all they think is the white lab coat syndrome. He could have been having the PTSD issues. I've had a lifetime of it, the damn thing. But I've been told by other people and my doctors in the past that buck it up, be a man. Big boys don't cry. You want to bet big boys can be terrified? I know I was. That's why my blood pressure was always skyrocketing every time I kept going into a doctor's office, regardless if I was a kid, all the way through the adulthood to my stage right now, 58. Talk about it sometimes, it gets me rattled and worried. And I'm scared. I'm scared. My fear is driving me crazy to the point I'm locking myself up, literally inside my home. Call it a comfort zone sometimes, but not so much. And, I talk about health and welfare check. I had people looking at me from time to time. Every week, almost every Monday for a while, I've had management from the office having one of their maintenance guys and guy from Morgan comes in, and we chat. I haven't told him anything concerning about the medical situation, so but maybe I should have to let him know. I have a few friends on this campus who are busy with their lives, but once in a while, I'll see them and we'll chat. I know there's another neighbor out here who's been keeping tabs on me for a short time. The only way she ever chats is through the comments. That's alright. I'm surviving. I'm not going to lie, say I'm doing great these days. I'm just saying I'm surviving. Sometimes my emotional state is rocky enough anyway, and other times I'm stable enough where I don't feel triggered and I'm able to do a few things here and there. I'll keep talking about my mental health. I'll keep talking about my status. But I am not afraid that much when Kern County starts knocking on the door for a health and welfare check. Let them come. We'll talk. I'll invite them in. I'll invite them in. I need to see, and they need to see. I'm not here trying to kill myself, okay? I'm not in here planning my own demise. Let's just put that out there on the record. I get triggered. I have to go through the emotions. I got to go through the activation point, something innocuous, and then boom. Could have been a thought, could have been something the five senses in my body could figure it out. And then here comes the crying situation. And then here comes the depression. Sometimes I get the depression lead in before I get the crying. And that's okay. It's not okay in social terms when they want me to be happy, joyful, and free and smiling all the damn time. I'm sorry. This is a reality check I deal with here. I deal with reality. My family's gone. I've known a lot of people have left, stayed away. I've had other people and beings I've lost in my lifetime that still hurts like a son of a bitch. And I've tried to keep a lid on it, but these days I'm not. I'm not taking any drugs over the damn shit. I'm not drinking any booze at this point over here. I am just sitting and I'll deal with the emotions and I'll cry it out. I'll pour it out. I'll be using up a hell of a lot of paper towels and a lot of tissue paper. This is the kind of day my mother probably would have liked outside with the clouds and stuff. Moody and depressing. Get some snow out of that damn thing. It's too warm for snow. Warm enough for rain. And that's what kind of also depresses me sometimes too. Seeing the rain come down. Reminds me of somebody crying an eyeball or two outside. Just pouring out their soul in tears. Yeah, it was like that when Ma died on the 19th of February. So don't be surprised if I happen to get maudlin and I'm going to drive you guys crazy with this damn shit. Things happen. My lunch is getting cold right now, so. Uh, so the word is out to my primary care physician and to my therapist. I'm alive, guys. Thank you for sending the concern over. I appreciate. I appreciate. If they want to come back over here and do it again, fine. Just make sure I have my ID on me. I'll talk to them. I mean, I don't mind talking to another human being about this damn situation. I feel like they're on a time limit. But they were there just to see if I was going to do any warning signs that might trigger them to put me, you know, in a vehicle, transport me somewhere else where I probably have a 72-hour hold, and seeing my mama going to be dying on me. No, thank you. I just told them what was going on. Apologized profusely at this point over here. Because I am not seeing my dog die alone. And I'm not putting her on her edge because she's not there yet. It still hurts like a son of a bitch watching her go through this thing, but she's still alive. She's still running around. She still has lucid moments. Last night she was running up and down this place like crazy. I thought to God, what the hell possessed her? At times at night she'll be that way. She'll switch over from being just vegetating to where she's going crazy outside, just running around. Her ancient bones are keeping her up. And she's got me worried. She's only the last family member that actually gives a shit about me, and I give a shit about her mostly. And it hurts. After that, I don't know what the plan is when she passes. I'll deal with that when I come to it. But I'm not planning on keeling over just yet, thank you very much, even if I happen to use the suicide word. I'm not planning my demise just yet. I'm not there yet, and I'm not ready to go. Up to God, I'm not there yet. I still like living and breathing, thank you very much. So, with that, posting this, just to let you guys know, back at the health farm, I'm alive. I intend to stay that way, and I'm intending to stay to, hopefully true to the other appointments regarding the doctor. Therapist, that's a given right there. And again, much apologies, much apologies. I'm still alive, and I'm not planning on killing over just yet. I may be depressed at times, but believe me, I don't want to die just yet, okay? I'm still alive, guys. I'm still alive.